Fantasy football is right around the corner. Did you win your fantasy league last year? Would you like to win some extra money playing in a daily fantasy football this season? If so, thedirtcannon.com is here to help. You can get numbers and projections anywhere. But if you want to build a winner for a full season fantasy team, or just looking to win consistently in daily games, then do what I did and join thedirtcannon.com. They have it all in one place, fellas. Whether a bronze member or a silver, they will hook you up. I recommend the silver package. Starting today for the silver package, use my code RDST and you will get a customized 2016 NFL Draft Kit, Draft Day Intelligence, and access to their award-winning lineup analyzer with expert insight and analysis. So win your league, make some money, and take home the bragging rights with thedirtcannon.com. And use Real Deal Sports Talk's promo code RDST. And for the first month, with my code RDST, get $4.99 off the first month of your silver membership. The good. All right, the good right now, the good we're going with on today's show. The NFL has cleared Matthews, Peppers, and Harrison from all involvement, all wrongdoing in the Al Jazeera allegations of PED use. That is awesome. They finally got one right. Good for the players. Good for the league. We'll see if Roger Goodell had anything to do with this decision because, he could finally put a feather in his hat. Good for them. Great that these guys get to play. And that, this reporter or this paper or this media outlet wasn't able to take down their careers just by printing something. And it seems like, they're almost like a tabloid a little bit, this Al Jazeera. It seems like sometimes they might have a partial truth in a story, and a lot of time it's just some stuff. Let's see if we can stir up some controversy and something real will pop out of it. Let's go with the shock media and see what happens. I don't agree with it. It turned out well for everybody. So, congratulations. Let's play ball. All right, the bad, obviously right now, the bad is this Colin Kaepernick situation. So many people in this country need to open their eyes. It is bigger than somebody sitting for a flag or for a song. It's not disrespecting what somebody else has done for them. It's not disrespecting the right they are given. It's exercising that right. Okay? It makes him what an American should be. Being free, sharing your opinion. Not being mean or angry or ugly or threatening to anyone. He silently sat down. He didn't seek out the media to go and say, here's my standpoint, and F you. They sought him out when they finally realized what he was doing after the third week. And he has a point. Racism did not go away in this country after the 60s. It was less talked about, it was hidden, it was institutionalized. When you go to the store and the Band-Aids say nude, do you think that matches everybody's skin color in that box? Or when you buy pantyhose and it's skin color, whose skin color is that? Racism is everywhere. Prejudice is everywhere. And trying to deny it or act like it's not there because you're scared of it or don't want to accept it, that just makes you weak. It makes you pitiful. It makes you need to grow up and mature a little bit and deal with the hard parts of life. Get off this guy's back. Stop questioning his ethnicity, his realness, his patriotism. Look a little deeper. I have family that have been in the military as well. I have family that was in the Pentagon and worked at the Pentagon during 9/11. I understand what that means to people. Understand what it is to be a person. Alright, the ugly. The ugly has got to be Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know what to say about this. This was a kid who looked like he had a promising career. By all means, he was one of the most successful quarterbacks by the age of 25 in NFL history as far as completion percentage. He was the game general of that run happy offense they had with that stud defense. He kept the game flow at the pace they wanted. And, he goes back, non-contact injury, drop back pass, and the leg gives out. Very similar to you see these athletes in basketball and that gymnast leg snapping. His knee just gave out. And by, depending on which reports you read, which reports you're looking at, he has a dislocated kneecap. He had an ACL tear. There's other structural damage. There's reports now that his career might be over. He might miss 2017. The Vikings need to move on. His teammates were throwing up because of how bad it looked. The 911 call's been released. That's on the Facebook page now. So check that out, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP over on Facebook. So what are the Vikings to do? Remember, this is the team just last week I told you guys was going to most likely win the NFC North. I thought they had a promising season ahead of them based on what they did last year, the new weapons they brought in this year, moving to the indoor stadium. And now they're left wondering. Now, don't get me wrong. Sean Hill, the backup, there's a reason he's still playing. I get it. There's also a reason he's a backup. I understand that. But if you're going to have somebody as your backup, Sean Hill's a good guy to have. And Detroit Lions fans know that. He was very competent backup when he stepped in for us. And, other names are being floated out there. Apparently they have interest in Mark Sanchez. As a Lions fan, I'm like, please let him go up there and possibly derail their season. I mean, he could be the thorn in that chemistry that just makes them go, why are we trying so hard? So as a Lions fan, I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead. Go get down on that. And other names, they're talking about trying to trade for Mike Glennon. His name's been floating out there. Colin Kaepernick's name's been out there. Michael Vick, Josh McCown. There's all these names being Rex Grossman, I think I heard today somebody was talking about. And they're going to have to bring somebody in. You can't just have Sean Hill and whoever else they have on the roster right now. So they're going to be looking to bring somebody else in. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if they end up being the starter, if Sean Hill gets the nod. You might leave Sean Hill as your backup and try and get somebody competent. Maybe a TJ Yates if he's going to be healthy. Christian Ponder could be out there. Bring him back to Minnesota. I almost said that wrong. But yeah, bad situation. You don't want to see anybody's career or anybody really get injured like that. There's all the talk and there's all the verbiage and all the rhetoric out there that makes it seem the game's hateful and evil and we're out there trying to bully people. But really, we have great respect for everybody out there on the field when we compete. And yes, we're trying to be more physically dominant, but we're not trying to physically hurt you. There's guys, sure. There's guys who take it too far. There's people who take it too far in every profession, in every hobby, in every faction of life. But for the most part, in the arena of athletics, competitors respect competitors. And you just try your hardest to do your best to get over on that competitor. So, Teddy Bridgewater, I hope you're able to continue your career. I hope you're able to come back. I hope your knee heals up and you can once again get back to the game you love. That would be awesome. On the other side of the break, we're going to start breaking down the NFC and AFC South. I'll tell you what my predictions are for the season. We'll talk about how they finished up last season, and we'll go over some of the key players that really need to pick their game up. Hey guys, the NFL season is almost here, and you know what that means. Fantasy football is right around the corner. Did you win your fantasy league last year? Would you like to win some extra money playing in a daily fantasy football this season? If so, the dirtcannon.com is here to help. You can get numbers and projections anywhere. But if you want to build a winner for a full season fantasy team, or are just looking to win consistently in daily games, then do what I did and join the dirtcannon.com. They have it all in one place, fellas. Whether a bronze member or a silver, they will hook you up. I recommend the silver package. Starting today for the silver package, use my code RDST and you will get a customized 2016 NFL Draft Kit, Draft Day Intelligence, and access to their award-winning lineup analyzer with expert insight and analysis. So win your league, make some money, and take home the bragging rights with the dirtcannon.com. And use Real Deal Sports Talk's promo code RDST. And for the first month, with my code RDST, get $4.99 off the first month of your silver membership. Alright, so check it. We've done the NFC North, the AFC North. We've done the NFC and AFC East. And tonight we do the South for both the NFC and AFC. We're going to start with the NFC side again tonight. We all know how it finished up last year. We all know what the Panthers ended up doing, making it to the Super Bowl and losing, where they finally started making a few mistakes and the moment got a little too big for them. And really, that's the only game that happened for the Panthers all of last season. That's how they got as far as they did. They played mistake-free football. They made you beat them, and they did not beat themselves. It's pretty good football to play. It was baffling that nobody could break that until they met up with the Broncos in the Super Bowl. So we know Carolina took the division. They took the conference. Not necessarily because they were the best statistically last year. In total offense, New Orleans was second in the league last year. Came in the bottom of the division. Tampa Bay was top 5. In fact, all of them, 3 of them were in the top 10, and Carolina was 11th in total offense last season. That'll change a little bit this year, I'm sure. I don't expect New Orleans to do as well. In fact, I expect them to bring up the rear of the division again this year, followed by the Bucks. I got the Falcons coming in second, and I think the Panthers will win it again this year. I don't think the other teams have what it's going to take. In passing, New Orleans was topped in the league last year. Don't expect to see the same thing this year. I don't. I'm sorry. I'd love to be wrong. I'll be fine if I'm wrong about it. But that team, Drew Brees is getting older. His contract number was too high. They weren't able to bring in enough people. They lost Benjamin Watson, who is actually out for the year now for Baltimore, but they don't have pieces. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Atlanta was the 6th ranked passing offense last year. Got off to a great start and just disappeared. Hopefully they can continue that throughout the season. Look, Panthers were the 24th ranked passing offense. Last in the division. Behind everybody. Rushing, Carolina Panthers was second in the league. That's what they do. They run the ball very well. Play action off of it, single read, maybe double read. You know, the play action sweep, the option. That's what they do. It's not a difficult game plan. Tampa Bay, top 5 rushing attack. Expect the same out of them this year. Falcons were 19th. That could get a little better because now the rookie they got last year from Indiana, can't remember his name right now. We'll talk about him in a minute. He's going to play a bigger role this year. Freeman's going to probably do the same as he did last year. And the Saints, worst rushing attack in the division last year. Don't expect much more this year. Total defense, of course, the Panthers had the top defense in the league. We're not in the top 5. Won't be in the top 5. Probably a top 10 defense again this year.